They say it takes an extraordinary human being and extraordinary circumstances to make a billionaire. One without the other will only make a millionaire. Oftentimes, when we talk about billionaires, it is synonymous to someone who is a bit eccentric, bold, and well, a man. Someone who has spent a lifetime in building a business and expanding it to all parts of the globe. But the billionaire we're about to discuss today is neither eccentric nor a man. She is, in fact, the richest woman on the planet. Françoise Bettencourt Meyers was born on 10th of July 1953 in Neuilly-sur-Seine, France, to parents Liliane Bettencourt and André Bettencourt. Her mother Liliane was the daughter of Eugene Schuller, the famous French entrepreneur who was the founder of L'Oréal, the world's leading company in cosmetics and beauty. She is the only daughter of the multi-billionaire businesswoman Liliane Bettencourt and French politician André Bettencourt. Growing up in the Brittany coast, Bettencourt was a contemplative, introvert child. She loved books, literature, and history, and would make great friends with her favorite books. During her childhood, she recalls that she preferred reading books and playing the piano rather than going on glamorous events like her parents did. She studied at a Catholic school in France. As the young Bettencourt grew up, her power of imagination widened, and her taste in literature matured. Times reporter Tom Sankton described Bettencourt Meyers as a serious-minded intellectual. Thus, her interest in much more serious aspects of life started to come about. She devoted great amount of time in understanding the Greek mythology and history of religion. During her college, she received a degree in international Jewish-Christian relations and the study of the genealogy of Greek mythology. Her work is quite proactive and insightful, giving the reflection of a very deep thinker. It is no surprise that she is the author of a 5-volume biblical study. The story of a young academic ending up becoming the richest woman alive starts from her grandfather, Eugene Schuller. Schuller was a French chemist who developed a hair dye formula he called L'Oréal. He sold that and other products he created to hairdressers in Paris. In July 1919, he registered his company as the Société Française de Teinture Inoffensive pour chez vous, which in English means Safe Hair Dye Company of France. Eventually, Schuller changed the name of his company to L'Oréal, and thank you for that. Schuller provided the financing for a violent fascist and anti-communist group called La Cagoule, which he ran out of the headquarters for L'Oréal. The group was involved with the Nazis during the war. L'Oréal branched out into other beauty products and saw massive growth and become one of the biggest brands in the industry. US is in the works. Schuller died in 1955, passing on his incredible wealth to daughter Liliane Bettencourt. Liliane was the only child of Eugene Schuller. She was only 5 when her mother passed away. She went to work at her father's company as an apprentice when she was 15 years old, mixing products and labeling bottles. Not much is known about her involvement in the company over the years. In 1950, she married André Bettencourt, a French politician with pro-Nazi leanings who was deputy chairman of L'Oréal. Bettencourt had been a member of La Cagoule, a violent French fascist group that Liliane's father had funded in the 1930s and that collaborated with the Nazis during World War II. After the war, her husband, like other members of La Cagoule, was given refuge at L'Oréal despite his politically inconvenient past. She held an active seat on the L'Oréal board of directors until 1995. Bettencourt was well known for her discipline and hard work. Even when she was in her 80s and suffering from dementia, she went for long walks every day and stayed in shape with several hours of exercise starting at 4 a.m. Liliane Bettencourt had a net worth of $46 billion at the time of her death. When she passed away at the age of 94, she was the richest woman in the world. Upon Liliane's death, the torch of the mighty L'Oreal was passed down to Françoise Bettencourt, making her the wealthiest writer and woman on the planet. From the very beginning, Françoise had a completely different vision for the company and its image. She was among the French billionaires who pledged almost $1 billion after Notre Dame burned in April 2019. On top of that, she had played a crucial role as the president of the Bettencourt Schule Foundation, the charity she co-founded in the 1980s. The foundation issues grants to support research in the life sciences and arts projects. Despite the wealth, her hard work in academia is still considered of great importance. The heiress has written books on topics ranging from Greek mythology to Jewish-Christian relations. Her most recent book, a biblical commentary, was published in 2008, of which she made a lot of public appearances for signing out copies. Like all celebrities, despite all the fame and money, they always find themselves under highlights and not in a good way. In 2007, there was a huge controversy between the mother and daughter. Françoise launched a lawsuit against her mother's close friend and celebrity photographer François-Marie Bagnet, whom she accused of attempting to take a share of the family's fortune. The trial soured the mother-daughter relation, as a lot of personal information is made public. At one point, Liliane said, "I don't see my daughter anymore, and I don't wish to. For me, my daughter has become something inert." The case later became known as the Bettencourt affair and would last until 2015. Bagnet was ultimately convicted for capitalizing on Liliane's struggle with dementia to gain family assets. There was a lot of public backlash on Françoise, but she remained determined and eventually proved everybody that she was right. Things weren't too easy for Françoise, as her grandfather's involvement with the Nazis created some problems with her marriage as well. Her husband, Jean-Victor Meyers, is Jewish. He's the grandson of a rabbi who was murdered at Auschwitz. When Françoise and Meyers got married, it created quite a scandal. The couple revealed they were raising their children as Jewish, which also caused a stir in the Bettencourt family. The couple has two adult sons, Jean-Victor and Nicolas. Jean-Victor began serving on L'Oreal's board alongside Bettencourt Meyers in 2012, making the entire family directly involved with the business. According to Forbes in 2021, Françoise's net worth has become a whopping $93.3 billion, making her not just the richest woman alive, but also one of the richest human beings. Despite her enormous wealth, her lifestyle is not that extravagant. She still prefers a private and quiet life above everything else. Her story provides valuable lessons for us all. Keeping a positive attitude will make life much more interesting and invite positive events in your life. Most of the valuable lessons come from setbacks, failures, and defeats. No matter what, always follow your passion and dreams, simply because no one can put a price on your dream and what you love to do in life. And the way to find your passion is through exploration of new things, gaining experiences, and learning from your mistakes. Stick to what you know is a strict school of thought in many entrepreneurship circles. Last, but perhaps the most important aspect, is always giving something back to society. Thank you for watching this video. If you like the kind of content we produce, consider subscribing to our channel and click the bell icon so you get notified whenever we upload a new videos. And I'll see you in the next video.